Alright. Bump that up a little bit. Could be. No. Okay, well, listen. Yeah, go ahead. I just have to get something. Oh, well, shows up. Dang. With eight. I know she has her own wealth, but how did she feel about it? OBS stuff out of the way. Alright. And we just win. And we'll borrow. Guess I'll borrow you. It's fine.
Resonate all together. Stars echo. I always deliver. Fight is one. Bring mountains. Right on time. Bending the rules.
So, that is very interesting. I'm just asking, how did Kate feel about you getting credits? Your 50/50 levels? Out of all the standard characters, well, it just happened. Yeah, it literally could have been any other standard, but well, it's interesting how that works sometimes. Yeah, she does. Whenever Kate's available somewhere, Wealth is right behind the corner. Hey, I forgot to post this in steps. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing the story for a little bit. Basically the main story. Just do some content. Mostly because I've started to see too much story spoilers. So I want to get through it. Okay. I have a feeling others might be at work or something, so can't really blame them. They're not here yet. Okay, let's take a look at how far I've got my Yunli. We have her at 70 out of 80. I'm missing XP bucks. I gave her this for now. Have almost all of her traces, like the outer traces unlocked. I'm going to focus on those first, and then I'll focus on the talents, I guess. Uh, well, I guess I'll focus on the talents first, because these need purples. I want to make sure all the blues are out. So we'll do talents first. Relics, this is technically her best slot. I need to get a better crit piece for her. You have your whole. Oh yeah, she's been good. I'm glad you can like finally use her. Like some pieces are solid. I just need a better crit rate piece here. I don't really have other options right now, unfortunately. So we'll have to see. I was supposed to give her attack percent to maximize her counter damage, but the crit rate crit damage is actually kind of decent. And we actually, let's see what happens. Yeah, these are staying on her. Because like technically, I would rather have attack percent, but yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Then she has physical damage, and I think these two need to have like some better choices. So I'm going to be farming a lot of flames of Simu again, but that's what I have so far. Bailu does unfortunately suck. She suffers from 1.0 syndrome. A decent starting character, but will get replaced. It is what it is. Trying to think here. What else do I want to do? Yeah, very simple. Um, crit rate, crit damage, attack percent preferred, but if you have speed with good substats, whatever. Physical, attack, or energy regen, preferably attack. Really want to bump up her attack so that she can take advantage of like a high crit ratio. I'm testing out some teams with her. Um, yeah, that's where we're at. But I think before we start with the story, let's go ahead and dump some Trailblaze power to here. Yeah, everything's changing for some reason. Did hear about that. We want to try out something here. Don't know if I have her geared. I don't have her geared. Yeah, missing one piece. That's the chest piece. We need crit rate for damage. And gave her better. Just get a little weird. I'll keep the 3 stars for lucky find. is fine.
Are you capable of handling this situation, Ting Yun?
Triple Foxian and Yunli. Take a look. I'll have to do this manually.
Welcome, customers.
Have you now? Okay, so this is the Yunli Hypercom.
Strike one.
Thank you, comrade.
Fiend or devil. Crush them all.
Spirit never dies.
Attack buff. Alright, this is optimal. How are we looking? 62, 139. How much is that? 4K attack, basically. 4K, 5K attack? Let's take a look. Skill point regen.
The wind is full. From the boat. Thank you, comrade. Gale force.
Melt! 1,000 wonders to ring fight its blood! Through clouds!
Fiend or devil. Crush them all.
Bring mountains! Yes, you! Welcome, customers!
Still fine.
What are you made of? Strike! Melt!
The wind is rising. Bolt! From the boat.
Send to earth!
Okay. We're dealing some adequate damage right now.
Everyone back again!
Thank you, comrade.
I'm only saying adequate because I haven't.
To the clouds.
Keep the moment! Yeah! Let's keep friends.
Gale force.
Do
Strike! Melt!
The wind is rising. Bolt! From the boat.
1,000 wonders to fight its blood!
Fiend or devil.
I really did, but I haven't really like properly raised talents yet.
Yes, you!
Oh, never mind.
Customers?
Yeah, these are like still level 3 and 4 talents.
Strike captain.
To the clouds.
Melt! Send to earth! Melt! Through clouds! Let's be friends.
Hey, Delta. Just testing out Yunli. She's farming her own talents right now. At this particular point in time.
Thank you, comrade.
Self.
Stay the course. Gale force.
Melt!
say. What's our buffs looking like? 62 to 188 at the moment. Hey, just minor crit damage buff. Okay. I need to reread how she gives her crit damage again. I think I'm doing it wrong.
Spirit never dies. The wind is rising. Bolt! From the blue!
Fiend or devil. Devil.
Yeah. The Foxing team does pretty well. I think one of the other options here, if I recall, is to run duel. One of them being Jade. And I think March in Hunt's form is pretty good with her as well on a crit build.
Don't let me down. What are you made of? Down to earth. Through clouds. Yes, you.
Bending the rules.
Within the self, not the sword. Let's be friends. 1,000 wonders. Fight as one. I'm scared.
Stay put.
Melt. Down to earth. Melt. Through clouds.
Time for a lesson.
Yeah, with Jade, it's kind of decent.
Strike.
I could probably see this more useful in like here.
Yes, I owe you.
Melt. Down to earth.
There's no backing now. For
Hey,
the
Ty.
loyal.
Who's the little backstabber? What are you made of? Welcome, husband.
Fiend or devil. Devil.
I have not done the ticket banner. Which one?
1,000 wonders.
What ticket banner?
Melt.
No,
Through clouds.
I have not.
Melt. Down to earth.
Yes, I owe you.
Right on time.
Bending the rules.
Within the self, not the sword. Strike. Let's be friends. Melt. Through clouds.
Give an inch and they'll take a mile. Time for a lesson.
Fiend or devil. Devil.
Melt. Down to earth.
I like the Jade team too. think let's sparkle here. So this gives me some flexible skill points to work with.
A thousand wonders. Fight is fun. What are you made of? Do you find the answer?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Let's play for a while. Feeling spiffy?
Stay put.
Welcome, customers. There's no power in team power. Within the self, not the strike. Melt. Stand to earth. Right on time. Through clouds. Let's be friends.
50Ks at like level 4. Pretty solid. Not gonna lie.
Fiend or devil. Crush them all.
Let's play for a while.
This.
Do you find the answer? Feeling spiffy? What are you made of? Slap! Melt! Melt!
Focus on that one. Research.
Strike!
Stay put.
Melt! There's no power like team power. Stand to earth! Seize the moment! Feeling spiffy? Slap! Welcome, customers! I'll go east. Strike! Let's be friends. Do you find the answer? Feeling spiffy? Slap! Melt! A thousand wonders. Fight is fun.
Fiend or devil. Crush them all.
Through clouds. Melt! Welcome, customers.
Yeah, so far so good.
I'll go
Can't say much, but
within the self strike. Melt. There's no limit. Do you find the answer? Through clouds.
yeah, that's solid. Not gonna lie. Yeah, speaking of Dokkan, I'm actually I did do the ECAs, like they're pretty much wrapped up. Very fun. Not gonna lie, using them. Like I didn't know how much fun I would have. Oh my god, it was. All right, now we can go to focus 7. think I'll get the talents to 8, and I'll focus on. Actually, you know what? Since we do have the stamina, let's do 4 runs. I'll test this team out again.
Let's be friends. You're sticky. Melt. Stand to earth.
71k so far. Good improvements.
Stay together.
What are you made of?
So then we can do.
A thousand wonders to raise and fight as one.
Fiend or devil. I'll crush them all.
Melt. Can you find the answer? Through clouds. Welcome, customers.
I think I prefer the Sparkle variant. It allows me to play a bit more recklessly.
Personal power melting. Let's play for a while. Algorithms, you're sticky within the self, not the soul. Melt! A thousand fight as one! Can you find the answer?
Fiend or devil. I'll crush them all.
Through clouds! What are you made of? Personal power melting. Stand to earth. Yes, you. Bring mountains.
It's pretty decent damage, I'll say. Oh, with the 4-star light cone. Not bad. Just like a general big attack. Not too shabby. So we're getting our tickets up. Do you want to do these? Have to go to the story. Okay. But overall, I do like the Clara 2.0. It's not bad, but I can see why people would skip it. Especially if you have Clara 1.0. You know, is what it is. Let's just do it. Dance at sunset. Increases chance of getting hits. Crit damage by 36%. Where uses ultimates. Oh yeah, so this is like, I'm sure there are other options as well. Definitely sure. However, as always with destruction, oh yeah, actually, there are destruction characters for me. Yeah, you know what? Let's speed up the. Because it's resetting tomorrow. Screw it. Let's speed up. Sure. Right, that's it. Now we just need purples at this point. Okay, so level. Oh, forbid. These require more levels. So what I think I'll do is I'll just raise the talent to 8. Just raise both of these to 7. 8, 7, 7, sure. And I still have to get the others. We're looking at 62 to 130, which is still decent. Not bad at all. But you know, there's something that we could do right now, and that I may have decided to do, per se. And it may involve with what is called the free-to-play crime. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. And, well, let's see. I'm feeling a little lucky today. Let's just see. If you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. How did that happen? So weird. Anyway. Let's see if we get lucky. And also snag the weapon so I can raise it next time. We are 3 pity in. You know what? Let's try singles first. You know, just try to make it a nice even 10. We're 3 in, so let's do 7 singles. Okay? Okay. We'll exchange for 1 more. Hey, I hope you guys are doing. You know, hope you're doing just. All right, back to an even 10. Start pulling intense. This will be pity 20. Nothing yet. Luca. Pity 30. Pity 40. Pity 50. Pity 60. 50, 70. And now for the singles. 1. 71. Done. One and done. That was surprisingly fast. And since tomorrow's reset, I'll raise the weapon tomorrow. But for now, let's just borrow Fire Psycho. It's about the same. But okay. Dang it, what? What were we hoping for? You don't have to add anything, it's fine. Unless you're talking about forbidden knowledge. Different thing.
Phew.
What you got for us, Pom Pom?
What's up, Pom Pom?
Just got a message from the Xianzhou Fu. Looks like it'll conflict with our original schedule.
I see. I see.
It's been a while, my friends on the Astral Express. How's your trailblazing expedition going? Soon, the Xianzhou Fu will be holding the Luminary War Dance. Those who have aided the Fu in overcoming the crisis are cherished allies of the Xianzhou. Thus, on behalf of the Seat of Divine Foresight, I'm extending an invitation to attend the ceremony. Your presence would be greatly appreciated.
Sure, Ty. For sure.
Well, things are getting lively. We've barely recovered from the family's Charmony Festival, and we're already being invited to another special event.
Why not think about it this way? Our trailblazing expeditions are turning into blast expeditions, where we eat, drink, and play wherever we go. Blast? Expedition? Yeah! Wherever we go, we eat, play, and have a blast!
So we should leave March behind to take care of the Express?
Hey! That's not what I meant! I'm all for some fun. I just hope there won't be any surprise party crashers, like Friday or Saturday.
The Xianzhou Fu has recently overcome a crisis. By holding the war dance, they're demonstrating to everyone that they've returned to a state of peace and safety.
Just doing some link leveling in the background.
That's what everyone said before we went to Penacony.
Working on my Majin Power team.
Totally safe under the family's protection.
No need to worry. The war dance is not like the Charmony Festival with all its hidden secrets. It's just a festival to honor the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knights, who fought against the abominations of abundance and protected the Xianzhou ships. Aside from star skiff performances, it's mostly martial contests. Nothing too different from the Taiki and Roboball contest we've seen before.
What do you think, Himiko? Since we've accepted Miss Black Swan's proposal, we should probably head to Amphorius for refueling.
There's certainly no rush. This trailblazing expedition is quite unique, and the Express needs to be fully stocked and prepared before moving on to the next stop. With Madame Herta's help, I was planning to deliver some Leviathan fossils from Kalinga Abyss to Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society. It could earn us some favors before we set off. However, it may take a few weeks.
Aw, so that means we're not going to the Fu.
Being an adult means maintaining relationships. Whether we like it or not, March. Since we've been invited, it's only right for the Astral Express to attend the ceremony. So, here's the plan. Pom Pom will take everyone to the Xianzhou Lafu. Mr. Yang and I will meet up with Ron Mei and fulfill our promise. Meanwhile, you, March, and Don Hung will represent the Express and attend the war dance.
What do you two think? I don't hear any objections.
Now that everyone's on board with the plan, it's time to work to the Xianzhou Lafu.
Kalinga Abyss. What does she expect to find there? Current research on the Leviathan merely proves how little we know about such life forms.
It's gonna be very
That's
interesting
why Genius
for the
is
most part.
interested in that field.
Very
Science
interesting.
is all about uncovering the unknown.
Don't know why the microphone is picking up at times. Very odd. But yeah, once again, gonna be a chill session with Star Rail and Dokkan as well.
Don't miss us too much. If I stumble upon some cool Leviathan fossils, I'll bring a few back as souvenirs for you.
Go. Are they behind me? They're behind.
Himeko really knows how to convince people. Between Leviathan fossils and the war dance, the latter definitely sounds more fun. By the way, Don Hung.
I guess speaking of
you'll be
Dokkan,
taking a stroll with us
very
on the
excited for the
Lafu,
Tanabata
right?
ECAs to come along. Definitely
Just
add a
let
bit
you
to the
two
stone
wander
count.
around aimlessly on the Luofu by yourselves? I don't think so.
For certain.
Plus, Mr. Yang is right. The Ambrosial Arbor crisis just ended.
I just need one more for the
long
free,
life and
for
short
another
species
50 and
is
then a
feeling
freebie pull.
uneasy. And that's why Jing Yuan wants to organize the war dance to show that the Xianzhou Luofu is stable and safe. And since he has extended an invitation, it's only right that I visit my old friend.
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories. You know? Hey, I'm not actually gonna recite a poem. I was just thinking about all the twists and turns we went through when we first arrived on the Xianzhou. This time, we're not being forced or
That feels like
enticed or
ages
chasing after
ago,
wanted
actually.
criminals. And we didn't have to sneak in
So
through
it
the
does
cargo
feel a
tunnel.
little weird.
This
Yeah,
trip has been incredibly
for
smooth.
sure.
Quite unusual, I must say.
I agree.
So let's get to it. The handshake.
Is the Starskiff Haven always this crowded? Oh, there's so many people here. I can barely hear anything.
Yanqing said General Jingyuan sent him to welcome us, but where is he?
Let's wait for him in front of the loom. It's the most prominent landmark on the dock.
Hey, you guys, hold on a moment. Did they just call us? Look at their outfits. They're from Penacony, right? Are you familiar with the Xianzhou Lafu?
We know a little bit about it. What do you need?
We're from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it. We came to this ship to gather interesting materials for making dream bubbles.
Oh, we just left there. Oh, talk about coincidence.
That's great. Do you know any must-see attractions on the Luofu?
Exactly. We're Xianzhou experts. Most of the tourists around at the moment are here to attend the war dance. And that's why we're here too. Yeah, we know about that ceremony. But isn't the fighting ring still closed?
I probably might need to up the volume on this.
The ring was actually
Let's see,
converted from
though.
a huge decommissioned Lafu fighter jet.
Hang on, adjusting the microphone. Vision? Alright, much better. Okay. Microphone wasn't working for a second.
No doubt about it. It's a massive fighter jet. It's got to be larger than a civilian star skiff.
But for now, all we can do is wait until the war dance starts in a few weeks before we can board it. We've still got work to do, so we can't just sit around waiting for it to start. That's why we're asking you about some must-see attractions.
We're looking for unique experiences that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kinds of dream bubbles the most.
You're the expert here. Give them some suggestions.
Good idea. The everyday vibe of the Aurum Alley is a rare find on the planet of festivities.
Everyday vibe. Yeah, our clients have had their fair share of adrenaline-pumping dreamscapes.
Alright.
Maybe something down to earth would touch their hearts.
Thanks for the suggestion. We'll head to the Aurum Alley to gather materials. Maybe we'll
Let's
run
see
into each other in
here.
a couple of days.
Look, Yanqing's here.
Wow, really? Let's go catch up with him.
Nice. Okay. Boy and Ching. Alright, so just gonna pop this out. This a little bit smaller. This, that. Perfect. Okay.
There you are. Everyone, this way.
Hello, Yanqing.
It's been a while. It doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yanqing, are you? What's up, Miss March? They say kids grow up really fast. Yanqing, are you a little bit taller than before?
We've only been away for a few months.
What are you doing?
Sorry, but after our previous adventures, I've become suspicious of whoever greets us first.
Fair.
Do you have to be suspicious around me too?
You know, the last time we came to the Xianzhou, the first person who greeted us was...
I get it. Better safe than sorry.
Indeed.
Seriously, I've never seen the Lafu so lively before.
was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon. But seeing the bustling Starskiff Haven, I understand why General Jing Yuan chose this timing.
Mm-hmm.
There's people from other delves and travelers like you three who have come from afar. With the war dance coming up, there's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskiff Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard to keep the security tight. The General said this ceremony would help the Xianzhou Lafu recover from the crisis. It's a way to showcase our martial spirit, reassure people, boost morale, and attract visitors from other planets to promote trade and peace. By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships, the Zhuming and the Yaoqing, have both sent messengers to offer their blessings.
Xianzhou.
Yeah, I wonder if you've heard of it. It's known as the Star Forge, and it's responsible for providing more than half of the Cloud Knights' armaments. The Xianzhou Zhuming boasts skilled craftsmasters, and General Huayan is a top-notch craftsman himself. If only I could get a sword forged by him, I'd be on Cloud 9.
By the way, Yanqing, where are we headed next?
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astrum. He's been eager to hear about how the Express has been doing.
It's funny how he tries to act all mature, but whenever it comes to something he's interested in, you can really see his childish side.
I agree.
This.
All units, assemble quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
Just mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go check out the situation.
We'll go with you.
Right, let's see who it is. Ooh, new enemies.
Protect the civilians. I'll deal with him.
Initiate combat. Oh, this is our new introduction to the enemies. Nice. Alright, take a look. Lunar Rage States.
Morrison? Why are there boys here? This is now.
Yes, you! Keep the moment!
That is insane. It looks so cool too.
There's no power like within the self, not the soul. Let's play. Can you find the answer? Welcome, customers. Let's play for a while. Feeling spiffy? Melt! 1,000 wonders to fight as one!
Yeah, that does feel weird. To hear Tails ABA. Is Yunli recommended to pull? I just got lucky. Got her early. I was interested. I will say though, if you after this.
Thanks for the help.
Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my...
But yeah, just to talk about Yunli for a second, he's effectively Clara 2.0. If you've never pulled Clara before, decent pull. She's pretty much like a proactive counter character. I currently have Clara's Light Cone equipped on her. It works very similarly. I will say though that yeah, I'll just say it. If you're new to the game and you don't have any new characters to work with, she's decent pull. However, if you have like a lot of build characters, you're going for like other types of characters, and you're not a big fan of counter mechanics, this ain't for you. Because like the team that I have is focused on like making her counters extremely strong and hit really hard. It's like a hyper carry. She also works as like a sub DPS, but a lot of people are generally focusing on like a hyper carry comp. Sparkle can be easily replaced by any other Harmony character, like Yukong, Bronya, Robin, Tanya, I guess, in some cases. Works fine.
Were you shocked just now?
But I just have Sparkle here because I have her built. That's all. Pingyun and Popo are kind of mandatory. Mandatory, quote unquote. In terms of like keeping ultimate uptime consistent. You can replace Wahoo with Lynx, because Lynx can increase aggro of destruction characters. But this is like premium Yunli team, which is kind of like what? This is basically Argenti's team, but you swap Argenti for her. And I don't have Argenti, so I'm testing out like a couple of compositions right now. Can you use Robin? Absolutely. Robin works in place of Sparkle. For the most part. What is this? Robin works for like applying your skills. Like say you want to apply Tingyun skill, Wobble skill, use Yunli skill, then you use Robin to action forward everyone. This would be useful on say Memory of Chaos if you're trying to squeeze out some damage on cycles and stuff. So yeah, she works really well with like team buff uptime and cycle clearing. But this composition is just pure like damage, like putting everything into Yunli and with Sparkle's +2 skill points. It works a little bit better if you do not like want to think about skill point usage. Pretty much. But otherwise, yeah. Both of them are kind of interchangeable. Just depends on who you need on either war side. Sorry if I hit you with like a lot at once, but it is what it is.
Were you shocked just now?
The only reason why I pulled for Yunli is because I was trying to get E6 Lynx. Because I always wanted to get her so I can build her a bit more properly. But yeah.
Everyone needs some time alone.
I have her. And speaking of, I'm going to be taking a look at Xianzhou's kit when he comes out. Probably gonna have to look at some guides because I definitely wanted to attempt for Yunli. If I failed, I get Xianzhou, but so far I am kind of liking her, but we have to see.
Wait, my sword! I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to put our plans on hold for now. I need to find out what's going on.
Intercepting sword technique.
But yeah, she's basically
While we appreciate your rescue,
2.0
my
Clara
don't you
overall.
think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your cargo for inspection until we figure out the source of the attack. Once we're done with the formalities, we'll let you and your cargo
No problem.
But this shipment isn't even meant for the Luofu, and it's IPC's patented technology. Who do you think you are to conduct an inspection?
According to the protocol, all cargo arriving on the Luofu must go through inspection.
But we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge in your dock because we were attacked by the Borisons.
Looks like this argument could go on forever. Let's not get involved in a heated dispute that won't lead to a resolution. Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
It's my fault. We let our guard down for a moment. I take full responsibility.
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. Now, tell me, how did Borisin prisoners end up in Starskiff Haven? According to the protocol, Borisin prisoners should be held on a starskiff and taken directly to the shackling prison under
See
strict
here.
supervision without ever touching the ground. Who
50
allowed a
polls.
prisoner
Recommendations?
transport ship to dock at the passenger
This patch
terminal?
at the moment,
Please don't blame this captain.
kinda dry. Just because Yunli is considered Player 2.0, Wolf was the better poll. Second half would be Xiao Cho. I forget who's coming with him, but Xiao Cho is considered to be like Acheron support. If you don't have Acheron, then you probably don't need Xiao Cho. Although he does pair nicely with Kafka, so I've heard. Don't know if he needs items for them. That's the only thing I'm not sadly. Then for the most part, I would highly recommend watching some guides on Yunli. It's only been like a few days, so there isn't many, but I would highly recommend to watch some just so you have a better idea. Because I'm like going through it like blind, so I can't give you my 100% opinion. But yeah, if you don't need another Clara, or if you're not interested or don't have the capabilities to make use of Jiao Cho's I think he's like an ultimate damage buffer based on the live stream, then this patch is basically a safe skip in its entirety. Like, no reason to pull it all.
Who are you?
I'm Liu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. The situation unfolded rapidly, and it shouldn't be held against the captain. Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin just before arriving, and the Juming's diplomatic vessel came to the rescue. They fought off the Borisin pirates and imprisoned them on their ship.
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisin.
Yeah,
Fu,
that's what I'm
and the
saying.
Juming envoys
If you have
saved
no
them?
need for ultimate buffering
Sounds
or buffing,
complicated.
then he is useless.
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. adhering to standard procedure, docked at the passenger terminal to hand these criminals over to the Luofu. You know, with all the outsiders flooding onto the Luofu, the Starskiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borison desperados decided to put up a fight before the
You have all
prisoner
Harmony
transport
characters?
Starskiff could get there. And that's what you just
Not
witnessed.
really.
We'll
You
make
don't
sure these
need to
prisoners
pull
are sent to the
anymore
shackling
if your
prison as
Harmony
soon as
characters are
possible.
built.
I see. It's an unusual situation indeed.
Like, it's nice, but it would just depend on like how useful the Harmony character
And as
is
for
itself.
their cooperation in handling the aftermath, maybe I should gather more details from others so that the Seed of Divine Foresight can have a better understanding of the situation.
Oh, you look much maturer now, Yanqing.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pebble, capable of generating far-reaching ripples with even the slightest disturbance.
What are those people? I mean, those monsters we just dealt with?
Your kobolds? That's
Those werewolf monsters are known as Borison.
that's fine.
They are abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very long time.
But yeah, you don't need to pull any more Harmony characters as long as you build them. You can pretty much take this entire patch to build them if you don't need any other, like, Clara 2.0 or ultimate damage buffing Jiaochu or Jiaocho. Pretty much, you can wait until the next special program for the 2 new drip marketed characters. Fei Xiao, the Wind Hunt from the Xianzhou Luofu, and Lingsha, Fire Abundance, also from the Xianzhou. Those are the 2 latest, like, teased characters.
The Borison have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as the Swarm disaster, and the Alliance even had a fierce war with them 3 decades ago. Their presence has faded over the years, but who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Xianzhou Luofu. Such a brazen attack seems quite unusual.
They have
to
Wade.
me.
Then you can
That's what I
probably
find strange
move
too.
out a little bit
It seems like the
save that
IPC and the
guarantee
Borison have some serious grudges.
for the special program.
Well,
So I can
nothing
guarantee
changed.
you that Clara
General
2.0,
Wilson will take you to the palace of
unless you're
Xianzhou.
going for it,
I'd love
isn't
to
as
chit-chat a
useful.
little longer, but there are some things that can't be left unchecked.
I'm generally a collector of characters, and I'm interested in covering a variety of niches.
Thank you, but it's no big deal.
So I try to pull as much as I can,
That young
but I
woman
have
who
to skip
just appeared,
F-links.
She took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost property report at the Realm Keeping Commission to see if I can get it back.
I doubt she did it on purpose.
Don't remind me. I just zoned out for a moment, that's all. Alright, let's not keep the General waiting.
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there with that kind of talent. It shouldn't be too hard to find her.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
Alright, Lucian. You're probably the sneaky evil guy. Probably.
Success.
Yeah, Blade's okay now.
It's been a long journey, Elder White. Thank you for your presence.
Yeah, unfortunately, Meep, Blade is not doing too hot in this current version. Because, like, you currently now have 3 different types of game modes, actually. Yeah. New Simulated Universe, and 3 different types of game modes at the moment. Forgotten Hall, Pure Fiction, and Apocalyptic Shadow is our latest one. So, yeah. Blade can find a home somewhere, but the HP of the enemies are just too intense at points.
Thank you for taking the time to welcome me.
So, like, unless your blade is specifically...
General,
Oh,
I
new
brought
character.
our guest from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the Astral Express. All is well when you have friends coming from afar. Allow me to introduce you to General Huayan. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhuming, known as the Flaming Heart.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist
Yeah.
here, no different from other tourists who've come to attend the ceremony.
Elder Huayan is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his martial skills, he excels in forging various weapons. Such talents are unique, even among the Arbiter Generals.
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty.
Hey, Ty.
I had no choice but to answer the call. Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its share of disapproval.
It's an honor to meet you, General Huayan.
It's my honor to meet you, General Huayan.
No need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the Lawfu, same as all of you. So, these 3 are the ones you mentioned, Jingyuin? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Indeed. There's Don Hung, March 7th, and him. Without their help, I'm afraid the Lawfu might not have easily overcome this crisis.
So, the Imbibiter Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Lawfu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you should the chance present itself.
You're more than welcome, General Huayan.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Lawfu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all kinds of challenges.
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today.
Well.
Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yunli.
It's you!
Oh.
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh, you two already know each other? Guess we don't need any introductions then.
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have trouble finding this girl.
Uh-oh.
Oh, now you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me, how did you two become acquainted?
She helped me capture the escaped Borisin prisoners at the Starskip Haven. Allow me to express my gratitude for you. But when you left, you took my sword with you.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger in my bag. Turns out it's yours.
Yes, it is. Now that we've met again, I hope...
No, that won't do.
Won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Juming, when you lose your sword on the battlefield, you have to reclaim it on the battlefield. As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borisin prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused it to fly off like a kite with a broken string, and it missed its target. By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark,
Dang,
that
she's
Borisin
sassy.
prisoner would have gotten away.
Hold on a sec, Yunli. You took my sword without even asking, and now you're refusing to give it back?
So much for Lafu Swordmasters.
What did you just say?
Uh-oh.
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But nope, you tried to play it down, expecting me to just hand it back to you like it's nothing. In front of everyone.
See.
With all due respect, you don't honor your sword. So you don't deserve it.
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel right now.
Yangqing.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful. Because I'm not as easy to handle as the Borisin.
You two, be quiet and apologize to Yanqing.
Hey! Whose side are you on, Grandpa?
I don't take sides.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship. Most notably, the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Seeing Miss Yunli, who is among those ranks today, well, I must say, she definitely has that fiery edge.
Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin these fancy titles, trying to set the Cloud Knights apart. Yunli is still just a young girl, a bit awkward and hot-tempered, so please forgive her if she's being rude.
Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business to discuss. For now, Yangqing, why don't you entertain our guests and take Miss Yunli to the inn? I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral
For
Express
Yanqing.
for helping
Losing
the
his swords.
during the crisis.
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so many times.
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time.
You needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yunli. Take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the ling just yet. I want to visit
Oh, we get to
Lingsha.
see Lingsha
She
early.
just arrived in the Lafu and could use some help settling in.
So,
Yangqing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the detainment of the IPC ship. Xianzhou sent word that the IPC members are protesting and wish to have their cargo back. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive. Just make it clear that the Xianzhou Lafu has no intention of violating their rights.
I'm on it.
if you can talk to them.
I'm sorry for Yangqing's rudeness.
Not at all. Taunted by Yunli like that, even a training dummy would be angry. You've taught your apprentice well. If it were me in my younger days, I'm afraid I'd have drawn my sword and fought. Yanqing can understand your concerns. On the other hand, Yunli is still a naive girl who's only interested in swordplay. Honestly, I brought her here to participate in the war dance because I want to broaden her horizons.
This trip is totally worth it. Compared to the Juming, the Luofu is so much livelier. But it's a shame the Luofu swordmasters don't seem that great. Glad to meet you too. Are you here to participate in the war dance? Of course. To honor martial arts, the Cloud Knight's ring is always open to outsiders. If you can defeat the ringmaster selected by the Xianzhou, you'll not only win rewards and prizes, but also be making a name for yourself. Sounds tempting, doesn't it? That's how outsiders refer to my peers in the Juming Cloud Knights and the Artisanship Commission. We all train under Grandpa's guidance, learning the art of craftsmanship and swordplay. That's how we got that title, I guess. Just don't mention it in front of Grandpa. He always says that empty titles bring pointless challenges and conflicts. We Juming swordmasters pride ourselves on the success of the group over the individual. I have some things to do. Besides, little Yanqing doesn't seem too happy about me tagging along. Yeah, you're right. I took it with my skills. So I guess you can say I'm a robber or something. How dare he imply I'm a thief? Totally different. Besides, the sword seems scared of its own master. I'd like to ask him, you claim to cherish your sword as your life, yet you don't even recognize the state it's in right now? I didn't intend to keep his sword. I was planning to take this chance to return it to him. But now, I've changed my mind. I'll give that poor flying sword some proper maintenance. I won't consider returning the sword unless he learns how to say please, hello, thank you, and sorry. So he can forget about it for now.
Hey, Don Hung. I thought all the Xianzhou generals were like Jing Yuan. But that General Huaiyan, he looks so thin and scraggy, as if even a light breeze would knock him over. Is that old man really an Arbiter General?
Well, each Xianzhou ship has its own division and specialty within the Alliance. Not all of the Arbiter Generals are good at leading the charge. You heard what Jing Yuan said, right? General Huaiyan was once the head of all the skilled craftsmen on the Juming.
Don't you find it strange? Do Xianzhou people age? I rarely see any old people on the Xianzhou ship. And when I do, they're usually travelers. But General Huaiyan looks like an ordinary old grandpa. Is he really a Xianzhou general?
Okay.
Good question. He's right there. So why don't you ask him yourself?
Nah, I'd like to live a little longer.
We should leave. General Jing Yuan asked Yanqing to entertain us, so obviously, he has important matters to discuss. Let's not waste any time here.
Talk to Yanqing.
This is the report Xianzhou just sent me. Let me take a look. Looks like the general has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and help put the IPC's mind at ease. well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, we not only learn the art of war and martial arts, but also occasionally have to handle diplomatic disputes. It's just, you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC, with their non-stop corporate babble. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
This allows us to just do extra stuff. Let's just go to the end.
Well...
It is the Lawfu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing implies intentions beyond mere spectating. Might there be any specific instructions from the marshal?
Your
Eyes are
overthinking it,
open.
Genuine. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no
His eyes are
ulterior
open.
motives.
Interesting.
However, I have no clue what the Yao Qing Arbiter General has in mind. Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows. And one day, they'll eventually catch up to you. The Marshal knows everything that has happened.
Very specific there.
As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yao Qing, she has come specifically for you.
They shall.
Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style.
That's not true, General Huayan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
Oh, here we go.
As soon as she disembarked from the star skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to and simply disappeared.
Okay. Did you
You
guys?
must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yao Qing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw.
Jiaoqiu.
It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
I swear to God, I can still hear Cosmo. It's crazy.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean? Tell me, what could be more important to her than coming here?
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Genuine? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huayan. I was simply stating the truth.
Yeah.
Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here.
I would say though that the quote-unquote issue is that Clara likes to be slow, and Robin will bring her forward too fast. So I guess that's the only problem, but it can be used.
Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
E1 will help, yes. Significantly.
I forgot to ask Yunli to return my sword. No need to bother. The Juming envoys won't be leaving the Luofu anytime soon. I'll ask for it later when we meet again. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the general seemed a little reserved. Could it be because of Elder Yan's visit?
Reserved? Really?
Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Juming was actually the Arbiter General himself. So, the messenger from the Xianzhou Yaoqing must be the Merlin's Claw herself, I presume.
That's right.
I got you.
Well, that's what makes this
So yeah,
entire thing
your
so unusual.
Elon Clara will be fine.
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jing Yuan, just like the crew, right?
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other Xianzhou ships here. I'm afraid they're here for something more. Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the Antimatter Legion? Why would they blame the victim?
Danshu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential complications.
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Or does it indicate a traitorous intent from within the Luofu, implicating Jingyuan himself? Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish.
What was I thinking? Seriously, here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip. But it seems wherever we go, drama is just around the corner.
Aw,
Exactly,
so
Mark.
excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony. By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived. And rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
An alchemist from the Juming serving as the Cauldron Master on the Luofu? While it's not unheard of, the timing itself...
Thanks to your words, Mr. Danheng. Now I finally see the underlying tensions. The General is under tremendous pressure right now, but I was completely oblivious to his troubles. How naive of me.
Come on, don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something for the General, it's not like you can do anything. Did I say something wrong? Again?
I tried reverse. Wasn't my cup of tea of a game. It's decent though, but yeah.
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your accommodations, I need to go to the Artisanship Commission to handle the IPC's protest.
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone. Why don't we accompany you to the Artisanship Commission?
This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness, dealing with the IPC's workers could be tricky. I'm afraid this will cause trouble for the Express.
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've heard of the 10 Stone Hearts? We've dealt with quite a few of them, right? Anyway, this time it'll just be a few ordinary IPC workers. Surely you don't think they'll be even trickier than adventuring, do you?
Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the Artisanship Commission and meet them.
Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people? I think I get it now. In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
But I am trying to reason with you here.
Ugh, that toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before in Arum Alley?
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle your unreasonable ways. But straight up snatching IPC cargo, isn't that going a bit too far?
Just as I've said it many times already. Once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can be on your way. Is there something wrong with your ears, or is it just your brain?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not a chance. Keep detaining my cargo and I'll file a complaint directly with your general. I was going to ask you the same thing. Why do I keep running into you? You're staying on the Xianzhou, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the Artisanship Commission?
They're in trouble? No, it's me! I'm the one in trouble!
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest, Miss Shikui. What's going on here?
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repairs and inspections. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transport ship.
So, you're Scott. I've heard him mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Lafu before? Why did you come back?
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our cargo from the hold.
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're trying to steal the IPC's patented technology!
Listen here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here, to double-check. Secondly, where the heck did you get the idea that I'm a shady craftsman?
Even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Lafu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way. We won't unload our cargo here.
But you'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting here?
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right?
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Biological tissue? Does this crate contain living things?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination. But this IPC specialist has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy.
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the cargo.
Oh, really? Fine! If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. It doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological. It's none of your business. I'm filing a complaint against the Skyfaring Commission's ridiculous regulations.
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a vicious confrontation with the IPC. I heard how you helped Aramali. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before, it looks like I'll have to rely on you again.
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo.
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations too. According to Article 4 of the Xianzhou Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property rights.
The Alliance can sign a non-disclosure agreement with you. That way, you won't have to worry about any infringements, right?
We can sign a mutually acceptable non-disclosure agreement in accordance with the IPC's rules.
Well, that makes sense, but how can we trust you to honor the terms? Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination. If anything goes wrong, you won't be able to pay for it even with your lives.
Don't underestimate Xianzhou technology. Even if they need to dismantle your cargo, the Artisanship Commission can easily put it back together.
Yeah, go ahead and brag about their skills. After all, you're just a negotiator they hired. But I'm different. I'm an IPC member, and my fleet has accepted this transportation order. Naturally, I need to be responsible for the integrity of every piece of cargo. Besides, cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
We're pulling out all the stops, and you've even dragged members of the Intelligentsia Guild into this. Seems like you're not interested in resolving this at all. Since we've met each other before, Mr. Scott, let me share some information. Your transport ship was attacked by the Borisin, and the Cloud Knights might see it as more than just a random attack.
You think you can scare me with that? What exactly do you mean?
Sure, you might purely be innocent victims of a Borisin attack. But think about it another way. Why would the Borisin launch such an attack near the Lafu? Perhaps some of your crew members colluded with them. We may need to interrogate every one of your crew to eliminate this potential risk.
You know what? I don't think we really need a member from the Intelligentsia Guild present. I'm just hoping that all the procedures will be thoroughly followed, you know? We both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IPC and the Xianzhou operate, right? As an IPC worker, I have to abide by its regulations. If I make an exception and allow you to inspect the cargo, it'll spell disaster for me.
I understand that you're trying to stick to the IPC regulations, and that's commendable, Mr. Scott. But what you fail to see is that this argument is tarnishing the IPC's reputation on the Xianzhou. If this conflict with the Skyfaring Commission escalates, it won't just make things difficult for your business, but it'll also have an impact on your career down the line.
Of course, I never wanted conflict with the Xianzhou. Like I said, all I wanted was to retrieve the cargo and be done with it, but they just refused to let us go. Well, you guys sure know how to argue your case. Fine, I'll allow you to do the security inspection. It's just that, I need some time to sort things out. This is a big deal. Let me talk to headquarters first.
So, Mr. Scott, are you just stalling for time and planning to leave the Xianzhou as soon as your ship is repaired? To avoid the Skyfaring Commission's inspection?
Well, IPC staff are free to come and go, as long as they don't break any laws.
Yeah, you've got some insight there. Who are you again?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingshan, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy Commission on the Law Fleet.
Could she be?
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Xianzhou Zhuming.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself. It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? How can you say that?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well, since you're not going to check it, I'll take this crate and be on my way. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them.
Wait a minute!
Well, that's more like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude, we could have sidestepped that altercation just now. Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are repaired.
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same for your cargo. According to the import and export regulation signed between the Xianzhou and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat, or when all biological activity expires. Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check your previous cases. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
Only 47 years?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure you'll live a few more decades. Have some confidence in yourself.
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the Skyfaring Commission for every minute wasted.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long enough to witness this victory unfold.
Step aside, guys. let them do the inspection.
But, Mr. Scott...
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right? Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman. Just get on with the inspection. Don't act all chummy with me now that you've got your way.
This lady is really something else.
Is this the IPC product?
Listen up! Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC!
Turn it off!
Oh, how unexpected. That was a surprise. I'm in trouble now. What are you doing? Let's play. Can you find the answer? You're silly? Melt! Down to earth! Through clouds! Right on time. 1,000 wonders to raid! Fight is fun! I'll go easy this time. Strike! Let's play. Can you find the answer?
Fiend or devil? I'll crush them all!
Melt! Down to earth! Were you seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's way too dangerous.
I had no idea about it! You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program!
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving! I swear on the Emperor Lord!
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guests to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside. Just like the craftsman feared. Can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of biological nerve as its control center.
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue comes from.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they're trying to create a new weapon?
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borisin attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, All prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Luofu. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help, Miss Lingsha.
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive, taking down that big guy. I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yanqing to be so... Can't argue with that. As for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving the Luofu from that crisis. It's so impressive.
It wasn't a big deal. Really.
It's still early, so why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions for revitalizing the commission.
I'd be happy to accept your invitation.
And you three are coming too, right?